Taran's classroom friends. In today's class, we are going to learn about the plant life, mainly the leaf. First, let me introduce the topic for you. So, all the plants will be having the same parts, am I right? So, they will be found in different habitats. What's habitat? It is an environment in which a living organism lives. So, some plants will be found in deserts, like cacti. Some will be found in mountains, some will be found in plains, and some will be found in water. So, even though they are in different habitats, these are some types of plants. All these plants will be having the same two parts. They are the shoot system and the root system. So, in this plant, this is the shoot system. It consists of the aerial part. Aerial part means the upper part. The aerial part of the plant. It has a erect stem. This is the stem which bears many branches, leaves, fruits, buds and flowers. Okay. This is also the same plant. It's also a plant, but it grows in a different habitat. But though it has the same parts, the shoot. And now we can learn about the root. So the root system, it consists of the underground part of a plant. This part is about the aerial part. This is about the underground part of the plant. So the root system consists of a root, and root has which branch from the primary root. Can you see? So these are the secondary roots, and these are the small root hairs. Okay. Now let's learn the parts of the shoot system. The parts means small parts. So the first, the flower. So the flower is it's very brightly colored and centered, and it attracts insects for pollination. Then fruits. The fruit has it has the seed. It protects the seed and in the time of the dispersal. And then the leaf. The leaf is known as the kitchen of the plant. It prepares food for the plant and it has a green color pigment. Do you know what's it? Most of them will be knowing it's chlorophyll. So this is the stem. So it just branches in the center of the shoot system, and it conducts food from the roots as well as the leaves to all other parts of the plant. It also holds the plant erectly. This is the root. It absorbs water and nutrients from the soil, and it conducts all those to the stem, and it also anchors the plant firmly into the soil. Okay, so now we learn about the small parts of the shoot system. So now can we learn about the root system? Yes. Let's take this plant. So this is the root, and from this part it forms the root system. So this root is it is negatively phototrophic. Do you know what's phototrophic? Phototrophic means negatively phototrophic means growing away from light. So it's just underground and it grows away from the light. And it is positively geotrophic. Geotrophic means it grows in the direction of gravity, and positively hydrotrophic. It grows in the direction where the water flows. Am I right? So this is the main things which we need to learn about the root. So we learned about the root system, and now we can learn about the functions of the root. So we learned it is positively geotrophic, hydrotrophic, and negatively phototrophic. So this root, the functions are the root, it absorbs water and nutrients from the soil and sends them upward through the stem to all other parts of the plant. So it also bears numerous root hairs, small root hairs that help it in the absorption process. So just imagine this plant has only this root. So it can't absorb much amount of water, right? So the whole plant, it couldn't give the food. So there are so many tiny root hairs which help in the absorption process. Is this the only function of the root? No. Another one is it holds the plant firmly in the soil. If this root is not there, the plant won't be firmly into the soil and it will be like this. the root act as organ for food storage. Example, carrots and radish. Even in some plants, the stem used to be an organ for the food storage. Example, potatoes. So now we learned the functions of the root system. Now let's learn about an interesting topic, the types of the root system. So there are two types of root system that are mostly found on plants. They are, so this is the taproot system and this is the, fibrous root system. What difference can you see in these two plants? So the thing is, I'll show you. So in this taproot system, so in the types, so in this taproot system, there is a primary root. Can you see the center? A thick center, the primary root, from which secondary roots arise. These are the secondary roots. And from the secondary roots, some small, tiny tertiary roots arise. This type of root system can be mostly found in dicots. Dicots such as mustard and maize. So this is a sample of the taproot system. Now I'll show you the fibrous root system. What difference can you see? A small difference. It does not have any primary root, and from that no secondary root arises. From the stem base, small types of cluster. It has a cluster of roots, and most of them will be in the same size, and they will be in a cluster in a large number. So this type of root system is mostly they are found in monocots. So monocots like wheat and rice. So these types of roots are also found in onion. That can be very easily seen. In the onion, we can easily see that the roots will be coming from this stem, the stem base. So now we learned the types of the root system, right? Now I'll ask you a question. What type of root system is this? So I will still give you the answer. It's taproot system, but it seems to be a bit confusing because this taproot does not seem to be very thick. In all the plants, the thickness differs. So this is taproot system, okay? Now we can move to the shoot system. So let us take this plant. So now we learn about the root system. Now we can learn about the shoot system. So the shoot mostly it always grows above the soil. So it contains of a erect stem. Can you see the stem? So a erect stem that bears numerous branches, leafy branches, leaves, fruits, flowers and buds. So the shoot system also consists of some of the parts. I'll explain you all those things. So the region on the stem where the leaf, flower, bud attaches. So I'll show you here. So this is a leaf, right? So here it attaches in a region. That region is known as node. What? Node. So nodes are located at regular intervals. We can see them in all the intervals. Here we can see, then here we can see, then here we can see. So the space between the two nodes, this node and this node, these two nodes are known as internodes. They are known as internodes. So now I showed you. And now we can learn about the stem. So the stem is the main part of the shoot system and it grows erectly. And it gives rise to many leafy branches and leaves, stems, leaves, some branches, then flowers, fruits and buds. We learned that. So when it is in green stage, when it is in young stage, it used to be in green stage, and when it becomes old, it becomes very woody and it becomes brown. And it stops doing the process of photosynthesis. The stem will give two types of buds, vegetative buds and floral buds. So these vegetative buds will give rise to leafy branches, while the floral buds will give rise, they will bloom into flowers. And these buds can be either be terminal or axillary. So axillary bud means they'll be in these areas, which axillary means in the leaf axil. Sorry, I forgot to tell you about leaf axil. So the angle between the stem in the node and the leaf base, this is a leaf base, is known as the leaf axil. So when the axillary bud, it always grows in the leaf axil. So that's how it got its name as axillary bud. And the axillary bud, it helps the plant to just become very bushy. And the terminal bud, as it always used to be present in these areas, so it helps the plant to grow higher and higher. So these are the parts of the stem and the shoot system. Now we can learn the functions of the stem. So the main stem, this is the main stem. This stem. It's the main stem, and it gives rise to many branches, leaves, fruits, flowers and buds. The stem orients the leaves in a way such that they are exposed to maximum sunlight. So the stem conducts water from the roots and also from the leaves to all other parts of the plant. So stems in young plants, they carry out the process of photosynthesis. So as it before told, the stems in some plants, they act as organs for food storage. So now we learn the functions of the stem. So as we know, the one, not only the stem is a part of the shoot system, another main kitchen is there for the plant. What's that? Leaf. We can learn about the leaf now. So what is a leaf? Just wait a minute. Yeah. So what is a leaf? So it's nothing than a flattened, thin structure. Wait, I'll show you. I'll show you. It's a flattened, thin structure that's growing from the branch. It grows as from a branch. Something like that, it grows with thin structure, flattened structure. Can you see? So this leaf, it contains of mainly two parts. They are the petiole. So from this part itself, it is known as petiole. From this part, I'll show you the petiole, and this parts from here, everything is known as leaf blade. I'll explain you. Okay. So now petiole. Just look at this part. So it is the stalk of this leaf that it attaches this leaf to the stem. So if stem is, just imagine this is the stem, it will be attaching it to the stem in the node. I told you, no, the node. You will be attaching it to the node of the stem. So this petiole, so the part of the petiole where it attaches the leaf to the stem is known as the leaf base. So don't think that this whole petiole will directly attach it to the stem. No. This part is known as a leaf base. This part, it's known as a leaf base. This part only, it attaches the leaf to the stem. So now we learned about the petiole. Now we can learn about the leaf blade. So this leaf blade is also known as the lamina. It always used to be green in color. When it's dry, it changes into different colors. So this is the only part, the lamina. It's the only part of the plant that prepares food because it's green color. So this leaf blade has so many parts. I'll tell you what are those parts. So the outline of this leaf blade, can you see this small rough outline? So that's known as leaf margin. So the end tip of the leaf blade, this is the end tip of the leaf blade. It is known as the leaf apex. This part is known as the leaf apex. So can you see as something like a stem? So this side, something like a stem is running in the center. It's known as a midrib. It's the main vein that runs central of the leaf blade, and it gives rise to many small tiny branches of veins, and it forms a network of veins. So veins, they conduct water and they give a nice structure to the leaf. They conduct water, food, nutrients all over the leaf blade. Okay. So the veins can be seen in this leaf. These are some main veins. This is a midrib. These are main veins and small tiny veins will be there. So they only conduct whatever food nutrients all over the leaf blade. Okay. So now we learned about the parts of the leaf. Now we can learn the types of the leaf. What are the types of leaves are there? So everyone will be knowing there are two types. They are simple leaf and compound leaf. So this depends on whether the leaf, whether the leaves, that lamina, this part, is divided or not divided. I'll explain you. So first, simple leaf. So this is the mango leaf and this is the simple leaf. How can I tell that? Actually, so this is the lamina, right? Is it divided? Is there any divisions? No divisions. So if the lamina of a leaf is not divided, it is known as a simple leaf. Is it? In some plants, it used to be like this. It's divided. Sometimes you will be thinking it's a compound leaf. No, it is a simple leaf. This division, does it touch the midrib? This is the midrib, right? Does it touch it? No, it does not touch. The divisions, or if the divisions of the leaf still does not touch the midrib, it's also called a simple leaf. In compound leaf, just look at here. The lamina is totally divided. In this leaf too. I'll show you one by one. So in this is the rose leaf. The lamina is totally divided into small leaflets. Okay. So in this leaf, what's the midrib called? In this type of common leaf, it's not called midrib. Rachis. Because here also we can tell this is a leaf. Here's the midrib. Here's the midrib. We'll be telling like that. Here's the midrib. Here's the midrib. Here's the midrib. So this part is known as the rachis, the center part. It's known as the rachis. So here it's divided and it had reached the midrib. Here can you see? It has reached the midrib. That's why it's known as a compound leaf. So if I want to make this as a compound leaf, I just need to just divide these parts until it touches the midrib. Then only it will be called as the compound leaf. Okay. Now we learned about the types of the leaves. So let me give you a small difference. Okay. So in simple leaf, the lamina is not divided. In compound leaf, the lamina is divided. And in simple leaf, if the lamina is divided, the divisions will not reach the midrib. In common leaf, if the lamina is divided, the divisions will reach the midrib. And another one thing. And in the simple leaf, the axillary bud is present in the leaf axil, and in common bud also it is present in the leaf axil, but never it is present in the leaf axil of a small leaflet. It's never present like that. So we know some examples. So for common leaf we can tell mango. For simple leaf we can tell mango and grapes. Grapes also we can tell. Even though it's divided, it's not touching the midrib. So it is a simple leaf. And for common leaf we can tell rose, jasmine and neem. Okay. So now we learn the types of leaves. Arrangements of leaves. So in all the plants, the leaves won't be same. Am I right? So here itself I can show you. In this plant, the arrangement is different. In this mango plant, the arrangement is different. Every plant, the arrangement is different. Why is that happening? Why? Why can't it be same? It's because the leaf needs to orient itself enough that it is getting a maximum exposure to sunlight, so that only the plant can get the maximum amount of sunlight. Am I right? So for this purpose, the leaves are arranged in different types. So in this chapter we are gonna learn about three types. They are one is alternate arrangement of leaves, opposite arrangements of leaves, and wooled arrangement of leaves. Okay. So now we can learn about that. So in an alternate arrangement of leaves, so this is actually a alternate arrangement of leaves. Okay. So in the alternative arrangement of leaves, only one leaf will be present at each node at the stem. Only one leaf will be there. So this is one node, just one leaf is there. So that is known as an alternate arrangement of leaves. So the leaves will be arranged in a spiral such that no leaf overlaps each other. Any leaf is overlapping? No, it's not overlapping. This leaf is not overlapping. So it's not. They never overlap. So that it's also called as the spiral arrangement. The alternate arrangement of leaves is also known as the spiral arrangement. So some examples are, but I'm not sure that mango is an alternate arrangement of leaves. I'm not sure, but I know two examples. They are hibiscus. So in the hibiscus, you can clearly see that in one node, only one leaf will be there, and there will be spaces between every leaf. That's because of that arrangement of leaves to get some sunlight. Okay. Now the next, opposite arrangement of leaves. Totally opposite. Just in one node, not two of them will be there. I'll show you in this. So this is opposite arrangement. It's a guava leaf. Can you look at here? This is actually one node. It's actually one node. It seems to be like it's two nodes. In one node there are two leaves. So this is called as the opposite arrangement of leaves, and they are located opposite each other. They are not located at this leaf in this node. They are not located like that. If it's like that, means it will overlap and it can't get maximum exposure to sunlight. So if in one node two leaves are present and they are located opposite to each other, it's known as opposite arrangement of leaves. So the opposite arrangements of leaves can be of many. They may be in different types. So in this leaf, these two leaves are arranged in roughly right angles to this pair of leaves. So in rankin creeper, they used to be a leaf in a same plane. They used to be in respect to the next plane in rankin creeper. So wooled arrangement of leaves, totally opposite to the alternate arrangement of leaves. So I don't have to show you, but I can show you something like this in this plant. So in wooled arrangement, in one node, two leaves will be there. In one node, two leaves will be there, and they won't be arranged opposite. Example, lilium. So in lilium, they'll be arranged in a circular manner such that they won't overlap, but in one node there will be two leaves. That's known as wooled arrangement of leaves. So we learned the arrangements of leaves. So what are the arrangements? Alternate arrangement of leaves, opposite arrangement of leaves, and wooled arrangement of leaves. Okay. So next one is venation. Venation, everyone will be having it. What is venation? So venation is nothing than the arrangement of veins and veinlets. As I told, these are the veins, right? So the arrangements, how they are arranged. The veins and how they are arranged in a leaf blade. It only matters. That's known as the venation. So the venation is of two types. Parallel venation and reticulate venation. So for parallel, so I don't have a sample to show you as a parallel. I can show you this grass. So these leaves are parallel venation. How can I tell that? Just see it clearly. See the veins and veinlets. They will be arranged parallelly. They will be totally parallel. In grass, wheat, banana, we can see that. Banana and all clearly we can see. They will be parallel to each other. And they will be within the leaf margin. distributed in the leaf blade within the leaf margin. So it is known as a parallel venation of leaves. But in this you can't see clearly. But when you look at the banana leaf, clearly you can see the veins. They will be parallel to each other, and even if you tap, the veins will be straight. They will be coming straight line. So that's known as parallel venation. Reticulate venation, totally opposite. So the veins won't be in parallel. I can tell this. So see the veins, they are arranged in a network of finer veins. So there will be a middle, and there will be a network of finer veins that branch from it. So that's known as reticulate venation. In many plants we can see this reticulate venation. Example is people and mango. In mango too it is reticulate venation. And they used to be very rough, those types of leaves. Okay, now we can learn the function. So it's very important. Very important. Without that the plant won't be there. That's why the leaf is known as the kitchen of the plant. That's the process of photosynthesis. So the leaves are known as the kitchen of the plant, as they prepare food with the process of photosynthesis. So as they have the chlorophyll and the sunlight and the carbon dioxide and water from the atmosphere, they just process it into food. What is it? Glucose. And the excess glucose is stored as starch. So sunlight and chlorophyll, they get glucose and oxygen by the carbon dioxide and water. It's just a small type of formula. So next one is the leaves or the sites for the exchange of gases. So there are two types of exchanges. One is in respiration. In the respiration process of the leaves they inhale oxygen and exhale carbon dioxide. But in the process of photosynthesis, they inhale the carbon dioxide and exhale all the oxygen as a byproduct. How does it have been done? Is there anything under? Yes, there are tiny openings, tiny hole-like small openings known as stomata. So because of stomata, the leaves can also release water in the form of water vapor into the atmosphere by the process of, everyone will be thinking, evaporation. Evaporation. No, it's not evaporation. Transpiration. So if you want to test your talent, I'll tell you a small activity. Just take a small potted plant, keep it in the sunlight for some 3 to 4 hours, and just take a small Ziploc bag, Ziploc bag. So just cover one leaf or the whole plant with the Ziploc cover and just wait for at least 1 week. You'll be seeing water droplets, small types of water droplets and moisture air inside it. It's because of the process of the transpiration. As the leaf had released all the water vapor, the water droplets have been in the Ziploc cover. I have tried the experiment. Okay. So in today's class, I introduced you about the plant life, and we learned about the root system, the functions of the root and the types of the root system. As I told, there are taproot system and the fibrous root system. Then we learned about the shoot system, mainly about the stem and the functions of the stem, the parts of the stem, the leaves. We learned about the parts of the leaf, the types, then arrangements, venation and function. So thank you friends. Hope you enjoyed my class today. See you in the next class. Bye-bye.